Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here. And as you can see, we are broadcasting from the Garden Level Studios at the Holman House. And we're going to run, I think, to another Garden Level studio, maybe. Chris Rizik joins us right now. He's the founder and managing partner of, and also the CEO of Renaissance Ventures Capital Fund. Chris, it's always good to spend time with you because, well, let's face it, you know where the money is, right?
Great talking to you, Chris. Love the studio there.
Well, thank you very much. It's also when I get in trouble, this is where I spend a lot of time.
Sure.
So let's talk a little bit about, I guess, 21, which has been, you know, the last couple of years have been kind of unique. How have they affected you?
Yes, I mean, if you would have said in March of 20, when things started breaking down, that the stock market, the venture market, everything would be continuing to go sort of up and to the right, would have been really surprised. But that's exactly what happened. So from the standpoint of venture capital, 2020 was the biggest year ever. And then 2021 nearly doubled 2020. So kind of off the charts. And a lot of it really is what has allowed us to get through this pandemic has been technology. People working from home, people having sort of non-touch commerce, advances in healthcare. All of that has been driven by the kind of companies that venture capital is in. And so it was really quite a year in 2021.
Well, let's just touch on that healthcare industry for a while, because you guys were the recipient, the beneficiaries of COVID-19, if there's such a thing.
Yeah, so we had a pretty early stake in Moderna that we'd had for 10 years. So, kind of countering this notion that it just kind of popped up out of thin air. The folks have been working on that technology for an awfully long time. And to be honest, they were just ready at the right time when COVID hit. We couldn't have anticipated COVID, but we knew that this mRNA technology was going to be really valuable. We thought for things like cancer, which it probably still will be.
Well, I'll tell you what, you put some money in a good spot there. And, let's talk a little bit about the venture capital fund, as a matter of fact, Renaissance, and how you invest, because a lot of what you do is not just finding a company you believe in and investing.
Right. I mean, we actually are sort of one level up in the food chain. We look for the great venture capital funds around the country. We invest in those funds, which kind of gives a feel like a mutual fund. We have stakes in those funds that have stakes in companies. So we have stakes in lots of companies in that way, but we will only invest in the fund if the fund agrees to look at opportunities in Michigan. And so there is a social, regional impact to what we do, as well as a financial return element. So we kind of create a unique fund in that we invest in venture funds under the condition that they invest in Michigan. Then we help connect them with opportunities. We help them find startups here, but we also connect them to major companies here who can become early customers of these venture-backed companies. So there's a lot going on in what we do, and we really created this model.
Well, you jump in a lot to that spin out area as well, that, tech transfer type stuff. So actually, I guess I'd like to get your opinion very quickly on 2022, how you feel things are going to go there from your standpoint.
Yeah, so 2022, I think we're beginning to see some corrections in the market. Some of the very high valuation that were out there have begun to slow down. For us, 2022 is going to be a really busy year, not just in investing, but a big part of our work is impact. For the last several years, we've created an event called Undemo Day, where we bring in hundreds of VCs from around the country to look at great Michigan startups. It's been very successful. One of the changes we're doing is our next Undemo Day, which is in late April, is going to be focused not just on attracting capital to Michigan, but attracting it to founders who have traditionally been underserved in the venture area. So women, African American, Latino, Arab American, et cetera. Those founders haven't really had an entree into the venture world. And so we're creating that using this platform that we've made in the past called Undemo, and more specifically focusing it toward these underserved founders. We just announced it 2 days ago. The reaction has been overwhelming including from the venture community. I think we will have the best attendance by venture funds around the country that we've ever had, because they recognize this issue, and we're providing a solution that can connect them with what are really very good investment opportunities, just not ones that they've been attuned to before.
I'll tell you what, Chris, it feels pretty rewarding to do the right thing and still make a little money. I mean, that's the best case scenario. And we want to thank you and your venture fund for doing that. And I'm glad, obviously, if you're looking at these opportunities, that you're kind of bullish on 2022 as well.
Absolutely. I think, there are spots where the market's overheated, but it's not in Michigan, and it's not with the types of founders I just talked about. There is a lot of success still ahead of us. And as you look, 2020 was the biggest year for venture capital in Michigan history. 2021 was even better than that. And we're one of the fastest growing states in the country because we're doing some things right here.
Well, I'll tell you what, we are the land of opportunity right now. You're absolutely right. Chris Rizik, he is the founder, managing partner, and chief executive officer of Renaissance Venture Capital Fund. It's always fun to spend time with you, as well as rewarding. Thanks, Chris.
Thanks so much, Chris. Take care.
Good to talk to you. You are watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.